All right. We are back in action. Back in action, back on the stream. Screw. Daily live stream, day, I don't know, 6 million. But it's good to be back. Very good to be back. My favorite part of the day. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Rena. Thanks for letting me know you were here in the good old chat. It is great to see you both. Great to have you both back. So, all in all, how was your guys' day today? Let's go. How was your day? Let me know, please. My day was good, personally. I had a great day, and it was productive. Very productive. Oh, Rena. Saying hello to Jackie, and hello right back from Jackie. Love it. Community love. So yeah, today's a big day for a lot of people. Well, technically for both you and Rena, Jackie, it's tomorrow. You're absolutely not in the same day as me, but yesterday was a very important day for a lot of people where you guys are at. And because school's starting, like, all over the place. It's just like that one thing that always stays the same. Like, it's always that way. And here in my country, it's tomorrow, technically, today for me, and today for all of you other people. So that's kind of the situation there. So everybody here is starting school, like, when they wake up. Hey, Remy. Hey, Arisha. What's going on, both of y'all? How you guys doing? Great to have you back. Great to have you here. All right. Toddy made it as well. Beautiful. Beautiful. Welcome back, Toddy and Remy and Arisha. Yeah. That's interesting. It's a big day. It's a big day. It was a big day for a lot of you, and it is a big day for a lot of us. But I think most of us don't start school because we already went through that shit. But some of you guys have kids. Some of you guys work in the school industry. So it's still kind of important. Remy asks, how is everyone tonight? That's a great question, Remy. Arisha asked me even before you did. How are you, Jackson? I'm doing great, Arisha. It is great to have you back in the streams here. And, man, I'm doing great. I had a great day, a productive day. And now I am back on my daily live stream. So I am even happier, even better, because this is, I just look forward to this so much every day. Hanging out with you guys, coming here, hanging out, doing what we do. It is just amazing. And then Remy says, how is everyone tonight? Well, I guess I technically answered that. I guess I technically answered that one. Yeah, Jackie, and that's true. That's true. That's true. I know you've had a crazy day. You were kind of letting us know in the Discord a little bit, and I'm sorry that you've kind of had a weirdly stressful day, but now you're here, right? Exactly. So we can all just chill and have a good time. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Toddy says Jackson. Yes. Yes. Exactly, Jackie. Yes. I'm glad you liked that, Rena. Nothing. I'm still sleepy. Decided to yell, hey. That's great. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. It really spiced things up. You got me excited there for a second. I was like, what? What do you got for me? Gonna go get some coffee. I'm jealous. I shouldn't be jealous because it's night. Still kind of, I haven't gone to sleep yet, but god damn, I kind of wish that I was going for a coffee run. But the sun's not even up, the sun's not even up, so I don't know why I would care. Maybe I'll do it in the morning. I don't know. Coffee sounds amazing right now, says Remy. May have to get some after I finish gardening. Heck yeah. You certainly do. Wait, so Remy, are you gardening right now? Is that the situation? It's always cool hearing about what you guys are like doing and going to be doing whilst on the stream. Remy, that is one of the top, this is what I'm doing while watching your stream, actions that I have heard thus far. That's pretty good. I'm literally gardening right now and on the stream. That's sick. I love that. Love that. I am really, really happy. Guys, I set up that YouTube channel like a while ago, but now that we're actually finally back streaming here regularly and it's the real deal, I'm finally able to be posting there. So, I mean, obviously most of you guys already joined the stream. Doesn't matter. But for those people that can't, it's nice to have it there and have videos that aren't going to disappear. And we can have a whole... What I'm looking forward to is being able to go back on these videos and be like, damn, do you remember that day when this like crazy funny thing happened? And now it's there because all this stuff on TikTok and all the stuff in the Twitch VODs, they go away. They don't just hang on to those forever. But with this YouTube channel, we'll be able to have like that nice record, and people can go there when they miss a stream or whatever. Still followed the channel even though you already are on the streams all the time. Well, thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate it. Remy says, I mean gardening, quote unquote. I can't keep my plants alive, sadly. Well, you know what? It's not for lack of trying. So maybe that's not the most I don't know. Like, maybe that's not the best thing, is that you're trying and they're still dying. But to me, I'm just going to say that you're trying. And that says something. It's not like you're just letting them die. Well, okay, your cats killed the plants then. There you go. There you go. There you go. Speaking of cats, Ivy is in the corner. She is in here with us tonight. She is in here with us tonight. And for those of you that have been racking up the channel reward points, I let you know in the Discord earlier, but if you were not around and didn't see it, the ASMR gift, the ASMR redemption item is now available for you guys. It costs a bit of points because it's like something that I know that a lot of you guys really would spam if you could do it like every other minute, you know? So it takes, it just takes some work to build up those channel points to get there, but it's not that bad either at the same time. Like, pretty sure. Yeah, no, it's not bad. But anyway, I just want to let you know it's there. A lot of you guys like the ASMR, so now it's available to you on command. Exactly, Rena. Yeah. So now you got to pick. Now you got to pick each night. What's it going to be, ASMR or hat? And technically, oh no, I don't. I think you're subscribed on here, Rena, which is amazing, by the way. And I think you are. So if you're subscribed to me, you get double the points than that followers get. So anybody that's only following and isn't subscribed, they're only getting points times 1. But for all of you subscribers, you're getting double the points that per 10 minutes or whatever it is that just followers get. And then that multiplier increases when you join the stream every day. As long as you're consecutively joining every stream, that multiplier keeps going up, from what I understand. So that's cool. That's cool. Oh, I saved something. I hope you guys were looking in to the, or at least thinking about what you guys want to do once it's just you and me. And when I end the TikTok stream later, like we do, and we come right back to just us, the core family here, what we might want to do. If not, that's cool. But I did save something, and I actually can't remember what I saved, which is why I saved it. I'm looking now, though, because I really want to. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. There was something I wanted to show you guys. You saved something for me to watch on stream, for real? Did you really? Yes! Good. Good. Yeah, I did too. I saved something that I wanted to, like, have us all watch and then react to. And then me give my thoughts on it. But just because it's something that's become so prevalent that I just want to, like, complain about or laugh at. Both. So that'll be good. Maybe we'll do some gameage tonight as well. Maybe we'll do some of that. It just depends. Who knows? Because that's hours from now. Or at least an hour from now. Jackie says, I had ideas but forgot after my phone call today. Darn, Jackie, darn. That's okay. You had a phone call. You can forget over the course of a phone call. I would. I'm sure I would, you know. So I get it. I understand. I understand. What matters most is you're here. But I always love hearing what your guys' ideas are. That's one of the beauties of being here now, is I can take those ideas and we can do things with them. Like even just the cool redemption item, like the ASMR thing I was just talking about, that was Zoe's idea. And I was like, how did I not think of that? And boom, incorporated. Boom, now it's there. Like, that's great. That's amazing. Um, Video ideas, other things we can do on stream ideas. It's beautiful. It's great. Love involving you guys more when when you want to be involved anyway. Jackie says, wasn't going to miss it. You know that? Well, you know what, Jackie? I did know it. I did know it because I never doubted you for a second. I couldn't possibly doubt you. Couldn't even happen. I wouldn't even dream of it. Literally wouldn't dream of it. This is a very difficult one. There we go. Couldn't see it, but I got it. I got it. Heart straight back to you, Jackie. If you can see me, I am giving you them back. You know I am. Got your mind on my body and your body on my mind. I think that's how that song goes. Pretty sure. Skirt. I feel like I have even more, like, I really have more motivation to start streaming even earlier. I am feeling good about that. Especially because we were able to start earlier tonight. We can start earlier tomorrow. Even earlier. Oh, it's going to be great. More people will be able to be here. You guys will have more of your community here with you. Because it's on me. You know, a lot of it anyway, like a lot of it, unfortunately, a lot of the community has to get alienated out of the live streams. That's not a good feeling, and it's my fault because I stream so late for most of you guys, so I thank you guys that are here, who the timing works out for, and that is amazing. I am not discounting that by any means, but I want to make sure that the rest of the community and all the other people are able to hang out here with you and give you more people to talk to and more people to get ideas off of, like the more messages that are coming through, the more you guys see things and are like, oh yeah, I was thinking about that. And then I can come up with, more things to say and all that. So I got plenty of things to say. You guys know that. You guys absolutely know that. Oh, Jackie, I really, thank you so much for the 5 bits, Jackie. You're absolutely amazing, and I love you so much. God damn it. Amazing. Thank you so much. And you can see me. That's great. That's great. So you could see my mouth agape just then. Beautiful. I was just going to say something to you, Jackie, by the way. I was going to say that I really liked your comment on my most recent TikTok post. That was really good. I'm glad that you liked the lights and stuff. And you're so right. Like, I feel like I probably speak for everybody because like after you set that standard with that comment, there was like a couple other people that commented like the same thing. On my way to braid your hair. Oh my God, your hair would look so good braided. Stuff like that. And now I really have to see it because you're so right, especially with the lights and stuff, like the ends being a little bit lighter and everything. It would look so neat, I think. I think it would. So I'm looking forward to that. Someday it'll happen. Maybe like when I go to the cosmetologist, like when I go to get like a trim or something, I could just be like, okay, so before I leave, just give me the braids. Hopefully they don't like charge me a bunch for that or something like that. But it would be cool. That way I could at least get it done and I could keep them in till the stream that night and then we'd have them for that night anyway. And it would be immortalized in the, the YouTube channel with all the records and stuff. But with all the full streams, I mean. Remy says, I would love to do biking braids in your hair, but you're forever far away. Forever? Come on. I'm a little far. But in terms of everyone else in this stream, Remy, you are the closest one to me. At least everyone speaking in this stream, you were the one that's closest to me. Even though there's an ocean between us, even though you're in another country, you are the closest one. Which is sad. Jackie says it would be cool. Yeah. No, it would be. It really would be. It'll happen. We'll do it. We'll get it done. It's going to happen. What can I say? What can I say? Oh, I got a real good story for you guys right here. You ready for this? So I'll use both terminologies for those of you that speak the different kind of English. I was vacuuming / hoovering yesterday, and I vacuumed up something. Remy, really? You're only in Texas? That's actually not bad at all. I was thinking you were in a different goddamn country. This is perfect. I used to live in Texas. Anyway, so I was cleaning up downstairs, and there was like something that looked kind of like a rock on the floor. So I just vacuumed it up. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I did. And I finished vacuuming, went about my day, and then I was getting ready for the stream last night. And I was like, all right, well, I'll put my earrings in like I usually do. And I was missing one. And now I realize that exactly what that thing looked like to me was probably like the image of it in my head. That was totally my earring. Yeah, I did. I really did. And here's what absolutely happened. Because I kept it, like I keep them on my desk. Here's the other one. I keep it on my desk, and guaranteed one of the cats or the cat jumped up on here and just was playing with it. And then it fell off the balcony because they were batting it around, and it fell off the balcony downstairs. Because obviously in my mind, I'm thinking, there's no way in my mind that I'm thinking, because this has never happened. And also, how would it get downstairs? But it definitely was, because I looked all over this room when that occurred and couldn't find it. Just couldn't find it. So, too bad. Too bad. I'll have to get another one now. At some point. Yeah. A little bit annoying, but I guess it's my fault. I shouldn't have left it where she could get it. She just usually doesn't do stuff like that. She really doesn't. But yeah, that was a fun little story. A tragic story, indeed. But yeah, shit, Remy, I gotta remember that. Fuck. I don't know why the fuck. I thought you were in a different country. That's great, though. That's great. I mean, it's still far, but I used to live in Texas. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah. The heck is that thing? Oop. So, like, the fact that today was a holiday here, and the fact that, it was a weekend for the past 2 days anyway, plus today, well, yesterday, technically now being a holiday. That stupid battery pack for the cameras still is like, hasn't moved. But I'm waiting for it soon enough. I'm so excited. No more camera dying. I hate when you guys have to like watch the laptop quality mic. It's not for that long because the camera lasts a while and then the TikTok stream ends and then I can use my phone, which is a close, a good enough second place and everything, but still. One thing I was curious about. Of course you can ask, Remy. Oh, cool. Small farm town in West Texas. So when I traveled to Texas, my first time traveling through or to Texas at all was through West Texas. Because I moved there from Las Vegas, which is where I was living for a while. So I drove down through Arizona, New Mexico, and then all of West Texas, all the way to the East Coast, and I moved to the Houston area. I was in a suburb of Houston, so that was the area. But West Texas, Texas is such a cool state because, like on one side of it, it's just extremely like it still feels like you're coming out of New Mexico. It's like desert. You've got like it's fairly flat, and then by the time you're in East Texas, you've got all the trees, all the green, all the grass, a little bit more topography in the landscape and things like that. It's so cool how that works with Texas because it's just that large of a state. Let me see if I can pull this up here. There we go. All right, here we go. I got you, folks. There we go. Here it is, the great state of Tejas. So like you can see what I mean. You can definitely see what I mean. We've got just all like West Texas is entirely, it's very similar to New Mexico. You've got all of this sort of tan beige color because it's still really the desert. Because you're coming out of the desert. And obviously Southwest Texas too. And then as you go east, and you get to Houston, now it's all just green, baby. It's all just lush green. It's so interesting because it's just that big of a state. It's bigger than a lot, and I mean a lot of countries. So very diverse state, very cool state. And back to YouTube. So yeah, cool stuff. My daughter was born in spring. I missed that area, but I'm stuck here until her 18th because of custody stuff. That makes sense. She was born in the Woodlands, but we lived in spring at the same time. Cool. That's very cool. Yeah, so like Las Vegas and Texas were the two places that I lived the longest, at least out of my state, yeah. Cool stuff. It was a good place. I just personally, as I've stated to you guys before, like I don't necessarily love the weather that barely changes. And to people that are native to Texas, like of course it does feel like the weather changes. I fully understand that. But for somebody who's used to like such drastic changes in the weather like this, when you go there, especially to Las Vegas too, you feel like you're kind of stuck in a time loop of it's just the same season all the time forever. And is time truly moving? I mean, obviously it is, but in this back of your mind, at least when you're from a place where you get these drastic 4 seasons, is this feeling of like, okay, we're in spring now. Like, these are the things I do during spring. This is sort of like this weird subconscious clock or feeling that you have in the back of your mind. And if you're from here and you've moved to a place where it's mad hot all the time, then you probably know what I mean. Some people love that feeling though, because there's plenty of people, like many people, that live in a cold climate that then move to like a tropical or just a generally hot climate, and then they love it. Like that's what they want. They hate the cold. Understandable. I understand it. It's just not me. Remy says, the weather here is one of my least favorite things about this place. I want the pretty season changes. Exactly, Remy. Like that was my one biggest qualm with it. It was just the weather. It was just the weather, the lack of the the lack of the diversity in the weather. You just don't get enough to really have these very drastic changing of seasons. So I'm glad you agree. It takes roughly 14 hours to drive from one end to the other. To put it into perspective, yeah, I drove it in one day. No, I didn't. I drove it in 2 days because I stopped. I can't remember which town. Oh, I think I stopped in like. No, I didn't. No, I did it in one day. I traveled to Texas once, before I actually moved to Texas. So I traveled and stayed at an Airbnb in Fresno and then went back to Las Vegas, started packing it all up, and then got the house. Cool stuff. Jackie says, you can come with me while I go get Nalina some dinner. That's very nice of you. Hopefully something good. Hopefully something good. That's exciting. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. What artists are you guys listening to lately? Chinese for dinner. Who lucky Nalina? What artists are you guys listening to lately? Like, because I haven't really found anybody new, even if they're old but new. I just haven't really found anybody that's like, that I'm like, wow. You could tell me, it doesn't have to be new. Like, you could tell me, yeah, I've been listening to a lot of AC/DC lately. Okay, great. Like, awesome. Okay, so Remy says, I've been listening to a lot of Say We Can Fly, and Sleep Token, and You. I like that last one. Thank you. I'm glad that you've been listening to me. Audio Slave, City and Color, Manchester Orchestra. Okay. So I know City and Color, I think from you, Toddy, because I feel like you've actually been the one to ask me about it on stream before. And then Audio Slave, I know them. And then is it Say We Can Fly or is it Say We Can't Fly? I guess it's Say We Can Fly. I guess I don't know them that well. But I feel like I've heard of them. Sleep Token, of course, I've heard of. And I've heard some of their songs. So that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm just trying to get a feel for you guys, you know. Feel for what you guys like, you know. And I know that changes all the time. Like, I might be listening to Sleep Token or something one day, and then I'm listening to Chris Brown 2 months from now, and that's like all I want to listen to, or something, you know, like for instance. So it does change, but it's good to see where you guys are at right now. I like that. Nightwish, Jackie says Nightwish, Jacob Lee, Disturbed, Gold Souls, and obviously You. I love that you be listening to me, Jackie, and Nightwish. I don't know if I've heard of them. Jacob Lee, don't think I've heard of him. Disturbed, of course. Gold Souls, I don't think I know them. And obviously me. The obviously me part was the best. And I'm sure all of those bands are great. You clearly, all of you guys, clearly have good taste in music. Let's be real. Let's be honest. You love watching their live sessions at night. City and Color. That's cool. That's cool. I love watching a live set or two here and there. It's always a good time. It's always fun, you know? Ray LaMontagne. Cool, okay. Maybe I'll start to like understand or know once I come across these people. 'Cause like, I mean, think about it. The fact that I was even able to remember the fact that Toddy was the one that brought up City and Color, and I even remember City and Color in general, is amazing. So all this stuff you guys are telling me, I'll remember. It will ring a bell for me. It like actually will. Do 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 do. Heck yeah. I love those love emotes. Let's go, Toddy. Thank you. And Remy says, Jolene is another one of my favorites. His voice is so chef's kiss. I'm sure I know that song. I thought that was a girl that sung that. But maybe I'm thinking of a different Jolene. Or maybe the guy just sounds like a girl. I don't know. You know, the Jolene. Isn't that like Dolly Parton or something? I don't know. Jolene. We're going to start this bad boy up, guys. We're going to do it right now. That's Dolly. I was right, Toddy. Thank you. Thank you so much for that confirmation. That is some great confirmational skills from you. Now, we can feel free. I will salvage this up a little bit more conversation here, so you guys will be able to bounce off of that stuff that you're hearing me rattle off here. And we shall begin the TikTok stream. Once I adjust the camera, which I think is good. I think it's all good. Yep, we're good. Whatever. I don't even care. Boom, boom, boom. And boom. Very different song. Okay. Got you. Yeah, so it's not a cover. It's not a cover of Dolly Parton's song. I can't even believe that I remembered or knew that it was a Dolly Parton song. Like, I legitimately don't even know how I knew that. Because I don't listen to her. I don't know how I knew that. I really don't. Awesome, Jackie. You got the dinner ordered. Now time to wait with me. Here you are. All right. I'm just waiting on some people to pile in over there. Yes, Giovanna, and thank you, Gothic. Glad you like my videos. I appreciate that. Yeah, so what else do we got here? I don't know. I don't know exactly what we should talk about or do. It would be easier if I could just jump straight into like doing things over here. But obviously I've had to hold off. Thank you, Gothic. I appreciate that. Glad you like my hair. And thank you for the follow as well. That's good though, Depth. I'm glad you like his lyrics. You can see on my profile, it literally says artist on it. And then I have a section for all my songs on there. But, you know. So yeah, I am trying to think. I mean, I guess I could just jump in. I guess we could just jump into some songs straight away. Get that shit going, get it over with, get it done. But I'm not sure. Probably should. I actually probably should. Because if I don't, then we're going to be dealing with very late stream again. And we can't be doing that. We can't be doing that. So, thank you, Moonstar Moon. I'm glad you love my tattoos. Hey, Abby. Okay. Hey, B. What you doing? Are you sleeping? Yeah. Yeah, you are. Good old Ivy is sleeping. Sleeping away downtown. Walking fast. Indeed, Rena. Indeed. Ivy. Thanks, Colin. Appreciate you. So, yes. Let's do that. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Marianne, thanks for the follow. Yes, I do have a cat, Abby. Indeed, I do. Thank you for the 5 bits, Jackie. Thank you so much. Much love to you. Much love to you. I wonder if I can just hold it up. I don't know. I don't think this thing actually works like I think it does. Oh, no way, it does. Okay. Interesting. The Real, thanks for the follow. Yeah, so I guess we'll just do layers. Hola, Andy. All right. Let me get my score up. My musical score. And that's what I'm missing. I have to turn the mic down substantially. The nice thing about being able to listen back to the stream after it's done, guys, especially through this microphone, is that I can hear when it's clipping. So I remember what I set the mic to last night, and it clips at certain points. So now I know to turn it down just that much more. Hello, what's going on? Thank you for the follow. All right. Thanks for the follow, Andy. Pink. Not too much. We're just playing a little music now. What's up with you? I gotta change our stream details real quick. To music. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Now we are on music. Okay. Which song by them? Which song by them, Grunge? Thanks for the follow, Da. And, hi. Hello. Ah, yes. I think there's a capo on that. Oh, yeah. So that's gonna be, that would be capo on the 5th. And then... Wait. Capo on the 4th, actually. I think that's the chord progression for Take Your Mama, right? On from the Scissor Sisters. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's how the song starts and everything. Not exactly positive, but Lace, thanks for the follow. Gonna take your mama all night long. Or something like that. And now I'm going to look. Now you guys got me looking. Morning, Lee. Okay. I was mad close. So it's not capo. And again, I haven't even heard this song in like 10 years or something like that. I'm just going off pure memory. But it's capo on the third, not the fourth. And then it's it's G F A, not G D minor C. So we were kind of close. Yeah, now grunge. The tuning is indeed standard. The tuning is indeed E A D G B E, but I was trying to figure out because I knew the song definitely was in standard, but with a capo, and so I was just trying to figure out which fret the capo was on, and then I was trying to figure out the chord progression from there, and I was very close. Thanks for the follow, Sailor, and thanks for the follow, Isabella. When you grow up, leave it like a good boy oughta. Gonna take your mama out all night. We'll show what it's all about. I'm getting jacked up, cheap champagne, and let the good times all roll out. If the music ain't good, that's just too bad. We're gonna sing along no matter what. 'Cause the dancers don't mind at the New Orleans. If you tip 'em and they make a cut. Thanks for the follow, Grunge. And yes, there we go. Yeah, like I don't really actually know how the song, it's been so long since I've heard, or I don't even know if I've ever played that song, but at least that was my attempt at playing the chorus that I somewhat remember. Thank you, Isabella. I'm glad that you like my eyes color. What's the other one? What is the other one? I have heard it. It's just been a long time since I've heard it. Yeah, there's no way I'm playing that one. I do not remember it. If you're asking Laura in terms of like a song that you've heard, a song by the Scissor Sisters, then no, I don't know who that is or what that is. Thanks for the follow, Zully, and thanks for the heart, me, and thanks for the rose times 4. I'm doing good. How are you? And thank you for the handsome comment as well, Zully. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right, Jackie has redeemed the hydrate reward. All right. Thank you. I needed that. Yeah, I don't know. I really want to play this certain song, but it's incorrect. So that is not my fault. Not my fault. I'm amazed Ivy's still in here, to be honest. Like, the fact that she's even still in here while I'm playing is incredible. Because she normally is like, what are you doing? What the heck are you doing right now? What is going on? And then immediately proceeds to run away. So, all of my beautiful people over here on Twitch, you guys are going to be able to hear this song a lot better than the TikTok folks, just because I've got, obviously I'm hooked up to the mic for you guys, so you're going to get this through the vocal mic, and this song is a little bit lower register, and so I've got to get like kind of up close to the mic for you to be able to hear it a little bit better and stuff like that. It'll come through perfectly for you guys. And then on TikTok, we just hope and pray. We just hope and pray. Okay. Let's do it. Ivy, you sleeping? She says yes. She says yes. Hey, Sativa, what's going on? Jackie says, I can't wait. You know I love it when you serenade me at dinner time. Heck yeah, I do. I know it. It's important that I do so. Okay, let's get it. One of my favorites tonight. Finally doing it. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate you. Oh, my stomach's tight knots. I'm afraid of what I'll find if you wanna talk tonight. Talk tonight. Ooh, yeah. See, the problem isn't you, it's me. I know, I can tell. I've seen it time after time, and I'll push you away. Oh, I get so afraid. Oh, no. And I can't live without you now. Oh, can't even live myself. Oh, I can't live without you now. Oh, I don't want nobody else, somebody else, I only have myself to blame. Do you think we can start again? Only have myself to blame. But do you think we can start again? 'Cause I can't live without you. My stomach's tight knots. I'm afraid of what I'll find if I see you with him tonight. Oh, yeah. See, the problem isn't you, it's me. I know I do this every single time. I'll push you right. Oh, I'm getting so afraid. And I can't live without you now. I can't even live myself. I can't live without you now. Thank you, Jackie, for all the love emotes. Thank you, Rena, for all the love emotes. Thank you, Remy, for all the love emotes. Thank you guys so much. And over here on TikTok, I've got Lee saying amazing job. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate that. That's awesome, Sativa. Glad to hear it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Depth is still trying to get rid of her coins over here on TikTok. That is good. Thank you for the heart puff times 3. All right. All right, all right, all right. Ah, no, it's this. Oh, it's a shitty chord. Oh, it's so terrible. Look at this, guys. I know you guys can't see it on TikTok, but over here on Twitch, look at this chord. It's literally terrible. It's such a stretch chord. It's literally god awful. It hurts my hands so much. It actually doesn't look that bad when I'm doing it, but it's when you consider how actually hard acoustic strings are to press down, and the actual stretch that I'm doing to make this even happen. It's ridiculous, especially when you have to transition from it to another chord. But God, it's beautiful. Deb says, I'm spending it all on you. Thank you, Deb. Thank you. Yeah, like I really do appreciate you getting rid of your coins over on TikTok and getting that stuff all over with over there. Okay. I appreciate ya. Ugh. This guitar is kind of boring, but compared to my other one. What do you mean, Lee? You were listening to the music? Yes. What do you mean? You were here on the stream and you were listening to my music or something? What do you mean by that? I would do that, but I'm not close enough to the microphone when I do that. I'd love for you guys to be able to see those chord changes like I was just doing. Maybe at some point I'll prop the camera up more and angle the camera down a little bit more so that you guys can see it without me having to like strain myself weirdly. Like I literally don't know what else to do. I can't do this because then I can't reach the mic down here. So I guess that's just gonna have to, well, maybe I could use my other leg? I don't know. Something like this? I don't know. Still not very close to it. Okay, I'll fix that. I fixed that. Hey, Seely. B Kiwis, thanks for the follow. I'm not talking to you, Siri. Go away.
Now playing I'm Not Talking to You by the Dogs.
Siri, shut up. Stop. That's so funny. Now playing I'm Not Talking to You. Siri is the dumbest fucking robot.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Somebody clip that. All right. True friends lie underneath those witty words I don't believe. I can't believe a damn thing they say anymore. Ooh, liar, you'll pay for your sin. Liar, you'll pay for your sin. So tell me, how does it feel? How does it feel to be like you? I think your mouth should be quiet, 'cause it never tells the truth now. So tell me why? How does it have to be this way? Why can't things ever change? We're falling over and over again from all the words that you have said. It's written on my heart for everyone to see. From the place I am to the place I was to the place I wanna be. From the mountains I've been climbing over and under and over again. So tell me, how does it feel? How does it feel to be like you? I think your mouth should be quiet, 'cause it never tells the truth now. So tell me why? How does it have to be this way? Why can't these ever change? So come down now. Come down from your tower now. Come down now from your tower. Oh, come down from your tower. Come down from your tower. Oh, 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 ooh. Come down from your tower. Now Ivy's leaving. Now she says, that's enough. She says, no way, Jose. Okay. I think the mic's back. Yeah. I think it's back down to a satisfactory angle. Anyway. Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate you. Thank you for all the love, Jackie, Rena, and Remy, and Jackie again. Yep, she says you're bothering me. You're annoying me. She says, stop it, Dad. Stop it right now. You stop it, Dad. Okay. And thank you, Lee. Appreciate you. All right. Cool. Well, you tell Nalina that I said hi back and we wish we could have her in here, and it is great to have her say hi. Thank you very much. All right, all right. Okay, okay. Hey, Mrs. 100. What's up to you as well? What is going on? Oh, okay, Lee, you were saying that you were listening to my music yesterday when you were stressed out and it helped you calm down. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you were able to get some benefit out of it, get some help, get some de-stress. So that's great. That is very good. Go listen. You don't have to go far. It's right there. It's right there for you. Just within your reach. But okay. With it being almost 5 a.m., I'm going to end the TikTok stream now. We're going to continue over only on Twitch. We've been streaming on Twitch and TikTok this entire time. So now we are just going to move everybody and everything over here to Twitch. So I thank all of you guys who were able to hang out over on TikTok tonight. But this daily stream will continue over on Twitch, as it always does, before and after this stream here. So, love you all. See you soon. Once you guys move over to Twitch. I mean, most of you guys that are already in Twitch already should have been there. But those of you guys that have not joined up on Twitch yet, definitely do so. And I'll see you guys over there. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. All right. So now we shall get into the real meat of the stream, which I am very happy about. That sounds good, though, Jackie. Sounds very good. Give me just 1 minute to go to the bathroom, guys. It's a good point to go. And just like that, here we are. All right, all right, all right. Beautiful. Here we are. And are we here? I don't know why this shit keeps not pausing. I keep telling it to pause. There we go. Okay. Get the old headphone in here. Okay. Let's see what we got here. actually seems interesting. All right. ASMR redemption. Let's freaking go. Of course, I can't find it here. One moment. Yeah, I'm glad you tried it, Jackie. You gotta get into that rhythm. Figure out how it goes. Just trying to get into my account here. Because I saved this on something else. There we go. Okay. We're going ASMR mode for a minute, and I actually need to turn my microphone up real quick. Real quick. Okay, the microphone is going up. Okay, we are back in action. The microphone is at the volume that it needs to be. Rena, thank you for the smirk. That was pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. Thank you for the melting faces, Jackie. Appreciate you. Thank you for the melting faces, Rena. That was pretty good as well. My eye itched, I had to rub it. Dottie says, gotta drool. Thank you for drooling. I appreciate you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy crap. This is the part where you put your headphones in. You gotta have headphones for this part. Okay. Alright, I'll make sure that my sound is where it needs to be. And then we will switch. We will switch. Switch right over, baby. I also made sure to I made sure to change the stream info to ASMR at the very moment that I started doing it. So it will be chapter marked in the VOD after we end the stream, so you can skip straight to it when you look at the chapters of where I started streaming music, or where I started streaming ASMR, or when I went back to just chatting and talking to you guys normal. Thank you for the love, Jackie. Okay, now we're back. Now we're back to just chatting. We're back. We're out of ASMR mode. And we are back into regular mode. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh good. I didn't have to reset this thing. It's already good to go. Okay, so we should be able to, I'm just going to do a test video.
Remember this mean video?
See if I can hear it.
This animal is commonly known as a marmot or groundhog.
I can't hear it.
We can find this animal in mountainous areas, grasslands and highlands such as in North America, Europe and
It's coming
Asia.
through to you guys though, that's
they
good.
typically live in burrows they dig themselves. Marmots are herbivorous.
Oh, okay, that's just because of that. My AirPod is trying to be on this stream over here.
Animals that
There we go.
feed on grass, leaves, flowers, and seeds. They communicate through their screams, which can be heard from a distance.
Look at him scream!
Group members of danger, such as approaching predators. Marmots are famous for their various voices, chubby bodies, and adorable faces. Remember this meme video?
Wow. That was unexpected. You guys probably already heard that because it wasn't coming through my headphones the first time around, so I just like started listening like halfway through. That's so fucking hilarious.
Remember this meme video? This animal is commonly known as a marmot or groundhog. We can find this animal in mountainous areas.
It's so funny because they like wind up too. They wind up. They're like, yeah, like they go like Super Saiyan or something. That's so funny, dude.
Grasslands and highlands such as in North America, Europe and Asia. They typically live in burrows they dig themselves. Marmots are herbivorous animals that feed on grass, leaves, flowers, and seeds. They communicate through their screams, which can be heard from a distance. This cry is used to warn their group members of danger, such as
That's
approaching...
too cute. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to talk about on stream that I saved was about how there's this whole thing about people streaming, not streaming, people making TikToks while driving. This is a huge thing. And yes, Toddy, exactly. It is indeed you every single day. That's a great spirit animal. Rah! And Rena says it's my favorite meme. Heck yeah. And yeah, so people are making these TikToks while they're driving, and people are just getting into insane accidents all the time. And they're not even like getting into accidents with other vehicles. They're just getting into accidents with themselves. They'll like be filming, and then all of a sudden the car is just swerving all over the road. They lose control because they're not fucking looking. And this has been a huge thing that's been going on lately. Like, I've seen numerous videos of this occurring, and it's craziness to see. It's craziness to see. So I saved one. I saved one.
Baby, one more time.
Car literally rolls over. But she's got to grab the phone. She's got to grab the phone. That's what she's got to do. She's got to keep hanging on to that phone, right? Look at her just, oh my God. Everything starts spilling all over the car. She's still got to get that phone though. And that's what she wanted to do. That's what she wanted to do with her day, was just quite simply, I don't even know. But this is happening all over the place now. You would really think that people, it's hard enough to like text and drive. That's hard, and it's not something you should do. But making a TikTok and driving, you basically have to be looking at the damn thing the whole time. You have to be paying attention. And that is like even worse. It's a step above texting and driving, which you already shouldn't be doing. And it's like, you asked for it. You really were begging for it. And I've seen a couple more of these. It's craziness, but yes, priorities, exactly. You got to get the TikTok. You got to get the TikTok. I mean, I feel like the TikTok would look and be a lot better if you just did it while you weren't in the car. Like, that's just my honest opinion. I don't know. Maybe not. But like, she literally rolled over. And this was all for a TikTok video. Good job. Good on ya. Good on ya.
Oh my, Jacob Jones! Yeah, look at that. Oh. Holy shit! Look at the siding on that house. Look, come inside.
Wow. Wow, it got way worse.
Oh my god!
That shit would break windows. Wow, look at that. The siding is destroyed.
How the fuck did all that come from?
Everything is ruined. Everything. Everything.
The windows are broken. Exactly, Jackie. Unnecessary risks. Oh my God, the window's broken, the rain's coming in.
Oh my god, the house.
Oh no.
This broke.
Oh no.
I know.
I went all the way through the wall.
Absolutely wild. I've seen some pretty ridiculous hail in my day, but nothing like that. I mean, that was legitimately almost baseball size. That was almost baseball size hail that we were looking at there. That is crazy. Exactly, Remy. It's legitimately an OMG situation. I'm like, what is going on? Oh, we got a new Chilling Scares video, baby. 16 hours ago, just for us. Mm-hmm. That's wild, Jackie. That's so wild. I've never actually experienced tennis ball size hail. It's never gotten that bad up here, but look at that. Speaking of,
In kilometers squared, Australia is the 6th largest country on Earth and for the most part is extremely sparsely.
With a 360 hunting blind,
I
you can
have
stay
to.
concealed, warm, and dry all day long.
At about 7.7 million kilometers squared, Australia is the 6th largest country on Earth and for the most part is extremely sparsely populated. Looking at a map of its population density, we can only really see a handful of urban areas.
which is crazy. Which is crazy. You've got all these dense populations all on the coast, of course, but toward the center is not super inhabitable.
Excluding Perth on its west coast, most of these are concentrated on its east coast.
And the east
southeast
coast as well.
specifically. The area known as the Outback is in particular one of the least populated places not only in the country but the entire planet.
But who lives
Although
there?
a rather vague term
On the entire planet.
in terms of its actual location, the Outback is generally this region here. It's an almost lifeless, remote, vast region which covers around 70% of the entire country, or about 5.5 million kilometers squared. As the boundaries of the region aren't set in stone, there is no exact measurement for how many people actually live in what is known as the Outback. But why do people actually live here? What is the largest settlement and what is life like there? Let's travel into the desert and find out. So before we investigate what life is like there, let's take a quick look at the history of the Aboriginals and why and when they migrated to Australia.
Well, that's exactly it. That's what I figured. That's who I figured would be living there, is the Aboriginals, but... Oh, thank you for letting me know. At least you can still hear me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Rip. Okay. And then I just have to real quick get my phone going. Do 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 do. I was getting invested in that. And this came to mess me up. I mean, I guess it's fine. I can just do this from here for now. Alright. We'll just use this for now.
So, Aboriginal Australians have lived in the outback for over 50,000 years. They originally migrated from Southeast Asia using very simple boats to reach Australia. Over time, they spread out across the country, adapting to the extreme conditions of the outback. One of those regions being what is now known as the town of Alice Springs, perhaps the most well-known city in the outback. It is also the most populated, with around 29,000 people calling the city home. So this is where the city is located, somewhat...
Wow. Okay, so there is a city there.
in the middle of the country. It's roughly a 29-hour drive away from Sydney or Perth, or a 15-hour drive from Darwin/Adelaide.
That's wild. That's a long drive. That's actually quite a long drive. Damn.
So the city is found just a little north of Lambert Centre, which is recognised as the official geographical centre point of the country. Now, when I searched for it on Google Maps, I thought it was just down the road, maybe an hour away max. But no, it turns out it's over 5 hours drive away, even though on a map it looks relatively close. The same applies to Uluru or Ayers Rock, which on a map looks like it's just around the corner, but in fact it's again about a 5-hour drive away.
Wow.
So this is what the city actually looks like. It's a very small suburban town with low-rise buildings against a backdrop of rugged red desert landscapes. There are no tall buildings, nothing flashy or particularly stand out, just a sea of green trees and houses amongst the Martian-like scenery. The city is part of the Northern Territory and is actually the region's second most populated city, only behind Darwin, showing just how low the population of the territory is, if a city with 29,000 ranks second. For reference, the next largest city is Catherine, with just 6,000 people. In fact, the entire territory's population is around 232,000. Found roughly 7 hours drive south of Alice Springs, we arrive in Coobapedy, a town found in the northern parts of South Australia. The town is extremely unique and somewhat bizarre. It's a town where around half of its inhabitants live underground. As you'd expect from this region, the climate can be absolutely unbearable. In the summer, it regularly sees temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius, and the highest temperature ever recorded there was 48 degrees Celsius. So for this reason, around half of its 1,800 population live in dugouts, which are essentially underground houses where temperatures are much cooler and livable. The town is primarily known for its opal mining, which is the
That's sick. That's so sick. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, I'm sure that's like very luxurious and a really nice one, but like that's so cool. I mean, granted, you got no windows. It probably isn't all that, but like that's pretty cool.
temperatures are much cooler and livable. The town is primarily known for its opal mining, which is the field most of its residents work in. However, in recent years, it's gained traction due to its uniqueness, creating a small but steady tourism industry. As well as homes, there is a church, hotel,
Sick!
and museums.
That's so cool. What a cool church.
But steady tourism industry. As well as homes, there is a
Sick.
church, hotel, restaurant, and museums found underground within the city. Now, when you think of the outback or deserts in general, you don't necessarily think of water or lakes for that matter. However, within the outback is where you'll find Australia's largest lake, Lake Eyre. During times of storms or heavy rainfall, the lake can cover an area of some 9,500 kilometers squared, a larger area than that of the country of Cyprus. But for most of the year the lake is dry due to the arid climate of the region. So why and how does this body of water exist in the first place?
Yeah, like it's kind of crazy that a lake can just be completely dry and then fill right up like this. That's actually kind of wild.
Well, this is due to the fact that the lake is part of what is known as a closed drainage basin. Basically, if there is water, it has nowhere else to go but this lake. The lake then collects this water, and then it eventually dries up in the heat of the summer. It's kind of crazy that the outback is so large that it touches almost every state in the country. It of course isn't in Tasmania, as that's an island state with a more temperate climate which is lush and green. There are parts of Victoria that are semi-arid, but generally none of Victoria is considered to be part of the outback. And then there is ACT, which is the Australian Capital Territory, a tiny region that encompasses the capital Canberra, located much further southeast. Like Tasmania, has more of a temperate climate. Now, when you think of Queensland, Australia, what pops
Queensland! Let's go, baby. Reppin'.
into your head? For me, I instantly think of tropical rainforests. However, that only covers around 10% of the state, and in fact about 80% is arid desert slash
Exactly,
outback.
Jackie.
Within this 80%, we have Boulia, a town with a population of only around 300. This is what it looks like. Again, similar to Alice
Well, that looks fairly arid.
Springs, it's a town full of detached low-rise buildings with not much going on and a red Martian-like background. There is one unique thing that goes on in this town, however, which is what it's nationally known for. So every year in the third week of July, it
Camel
hosts
races.
Australia's national camel races. It's a 3-day event where people race on camels over a distance of 1,500 meters, the record of which is 2 minutes and 45 seconds, which is actually only 43 seconds faster than the human record. Found around 5 hours drive north of Alice Springs is Tennant Creek Airport, one of the country's smallest airports. Over the course of a year, maybe 10,000 people may use it. That's somewhere in the region of around 30 people per day. But who exactly is using an airport like this in the middle of absolute nowhere? Well, other than the residents of the nearby town of Tennants Creek, you may have the odd tourist, mine worker, or government official. Now, as small as this airport is in terms of passenger numbers, it's actually got nothing on Biduri Airport found in Queensland. This airport typically sees around 1 to 200 passengers per year, seeing only around 40 to 50 flights for the entire year. Again, the only people who may use the airport are the odd tourist, government officials, and the residents of the nearby town.
Yeah, there's like in the city that's literally next to my town, there's an airport. It's super small and no one uses it. No one uses it unless you really have to or something. Like, it's not getting all this like commercial traffic. So like, I can relate to that. I do understand that.
A town with a population of only around 150 people. The town itself is of course absolutely tiny. However, the locality around the town covers an area of some 36,000 kilometers squared. That's larger than around 60 countries around the world. The town sits in the southwest of Queensland, not far from its border with South Australia and Northern Territory. It is found within the Simpson Desert, a region of Earth that pretty much looks like Mars. It's filled with rolling dunes of red sand and
Nice.
seemingly never-ending landscapes. Although most of the outback is generally very hot and in the summer almost unlivable, the sub-region of the outback often regarded as the hottest is Pilbara, an area of around 500,000 kilometers squared, found in the northwest of the country, Western Australia specifically. Around 50,000 people live in this region, giving a density of roughly 0.1 people per kilometers squared. An extremely sparsely populated region where most people work in what is known as FIFO, fly in, fly out. This is people who quite literally fly in, work solidly for around 2 weeks, and then fly back to have a week off, repeating throughout the year.
That's cool. And not a bad living. I mean, it's not terrible.
The region consists of mainly rocky, barren land that absorbs heat during the day and then releases it in the night, meaning it's hard to ever escape the heat. Within this region is Onslow, a town which saw Australia's highest ever recorded temperature at 50.7 degrees in January.
Woo! 123. 123 Fahrenheit. You can't really survive in a temperature like that. You really can't.
2022. However, Onslow is actually found on the coast and is not classed as being part of the outback. It's a town where only around 800 people live. One particular point of interest in Australia, which mainly runs through the outback, is the Dingo Fence, the longest fence on Earth. It
Oh,
runs
that's
for some
sick.
5,600 kilometers.
They made a fence for the dingoes. That's crazy. And it's the longest fence on Earth. I mean, that's so long. That's a very long fence.
As the name suggests, it's a fence to keep dingoes out, which are wild dogs that roam the country. The fence was initially planned to be around 1,100 kilometers long, but then was gradually extended over time. By the early 1900s,
That's
it reached
wild.
a length of 5,600 kilometers, stretching from northwest of Brisbane through the outback and ending on the coast of South Australia.
What the fuck?
Like and subscribe for more content like this, and as always, thank you very much for watching.
That's something right there, man. That's something. Well, we learned a little bit more about Jackie's country. There we go. That's good. I'm a little bit more edified on it, so that's good. And we even got to hear a little bit about Jackie's part of her country specifically. So that's pretty exciting stuff. The fence was cool. I mean, I can't get over the fence, but I'm just amazed at everything else. All right, here we go. Chilling Scares put out a new video just for us, guys. Just for us. We're going into it. It's the #1 top
Right now.
recommended video. We got to do it. And we're going to do it.
Biology in Dresden. Suzanne Eaton was a 59-year-old American scientist who was working as a professor of molecular biology in Dresden, Germany. A big part of her job at this institute was to travel around the world and hold conferences on the latest developments in her field. In July of 2019, she traveled to the scenic Greek island of Crete for one of these conferences, not knowing that this was going to be her last, and that the person responsible for her end would be caught because of his videos on YouTube. The incident happened on July 2nd, when, after a conference, Suzanne spent time with her peers and played the public piano in the venue's lobby before saying her goodbyes and heading out to her hotel in the afternoon. Sadly, this was the last time anyone saw Suzanne alive. Her coworkers noticed her absence when she didn't show up for the second conference scheduled for 6 p.m. that evening. It wasn't like her to skip events out of the blue. Something wasn't right. A fact that became increasingly clear when over 24 hours passed without anyone hearing from her. So, on July 3rd, her colleagues called the police to check on her, hoping she was simply sick or something similar. However, when officers arrived at her hotel room, no one answered the door. They acquired a spare key from the hotel management and went inside.
It's how it always starts. It's how it always starts. I mean, I've literally seen hundreds and hundreds of true crime. I love it. And that's how it always starts, right? Somebody was supposed to show up for work, so the people that she works with were like, what? What's going on here? What the fuck? And so they call the police. And then they do a welfare check. And then they find him inside the house dead.
To find the room completely empty and undisturbed. All of Suzanne's belongings were also still in the room. The only things missing were her running shoes and a set of exercise clothes.
Or they've disappeared.
Those
Which
who
is
knew
in
her
this
immediately
case.
understood what this meant. You see, in addition to her academic prowess and piano expertise, Suzanne was also an athlete at heart. She was a double black belt in Taekwondo, and despite her age, loved going on a run every day. Knowing this helped investigators narrow down what might have happened to her. Put simply, she likely went on a run soon after returning to her hotel on July 2nd, and something went wrong after that. She wasn't super familiar with the area, and to make matters worse, the weather was uncomfortably hot that afternoon. There was a strong possibility she collapsed from the heat or something else along those lines. After putting this together, the Crete police immediately dispatched a search and rescue team in the area surrounding her hotel and around.
And this is in Crete. Pretty sure that's it. Yeah. Crete. Wow. Now that's something right there. You don't hear about Crete much.
Popular running trails. Her family even traveled to Crete and put a €50,000 reward for anyone who could help find Suzanne. Unfortunately, Suzanne was nowhere to be found. That is until 5 days later, on July 8th, when two young men were exploring one of the abandoned World War II Nazi bunkers scattered across Crete.
It's crazy where you find Nazi bunkers, guys. It's legitimately insane where you can find Nazi bunkers all over the world. It's so wild, actually. And now they're in Crete.
200 meters in, one of them noticed a piece of burlap covering something on the ground. They picked it up from one end to see what was underneath. And what they found was the aftermath of one of the most horrific crimes in Crete's recent history. The burlap was covering the bloody remains of Suzanne Eaton.
No! Why?
Discovered that Suzanne had several broken ribs, multiple fractures throughout her body, a missing ear.
Exactly,
much,
Rena.
much more.
No!
Whatever happened to her, it certainly was not an accident. The investigators began searching for clues, and fortunately it didn't take long for them to make their first major breakthrough. A set of car tire tracks leading up to the entrance of the bunker. Analyzing these tracks allowed investigators to find the car responsible for transporting Suzanne's remains to that bunker. It belonged to 27-year-old Yanis Paraskakis, a local sheep farmer. But when questioned, Yanis
Never trust the sheep farmer. The sheep farmers are not to be trusted. I'm telling you this, and I'm telling you it now. You cannot trust a sheep farmer. Look at this guy. You cannot trust a sheep farmer. Okay? Okay. As long as you understand that, now you know.
Feigned ignorance and claimed that him driving through that area on that day was nothing more than a coincidence. He went as far as to say that
I just happened to be driving through just that day that, she was literally killed. It's like not actually a big deal. It actually just is a pure coincidence. It makes no sense. Look at my face and the fact that I'm a sheep farmer, and tell me that I am not the most trustworthy guy you've ever seen. Right? Right.
didn't even know about the existence of that bunker, a lie that would eventually lead to his arrest. You see, Giannis had a dream to become
I don't even know about the bunker. What are you talking about? I don't even know. What do you mean? Look at this guy's face. It's even worse in this one. You cannot trust this man. Number one, sheep farmer. Number two, there's his face right there for you.
successful YouTuber. He started a channel with his own name in 2012 and began posting videos. However, if you go to his channel today, all you'll find are 3 videos of him performing an ancient Chinese martial art and meditation technique called Qigong. That's because a couple days before Suzanne's body was discovered, Giannis deleted every other video on his channel. And once authorities recovered some of these deleted videos, it became clear why. You see, most of these deleted videos involved Giannis exploring
exactly Remy,
2 bunkers,
and exactly Toddy.
Suzanne's remains were discovered. This contradiction gave the authorities the go-ahead to formally arrest him on July 15. It also allowed them to investigate him further, and the evidence they discovered was overwhelming. As it turned out, the land where this bunker was located was owned by Giannis's family. Investigators also found traces of Suzanne's blood in his car's trunk. When confronted with this evidence, Giannis...
Oh shit, sorry guys, I meant to put the subtitles on for you. Yes, Rena. If he's a man, then he's obviously going to be a killer, right? Because if you're a man, you're probably a terrible person, most likely.
And told the whole story. According to him, he saw
if you're a
Suzanne
woman,
down the road and something came over him.
You're fine.
He hit her
you're
with
good.
his car twice before putting her in his car, driving to the bunker, and ending her life there. He later changed his story to where he was compelled to commit this crime by a demon. Unfortunately for him, the jury didn't buy this one bit and sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole in 2020. Now, this should have been the end of Giannis' story, but from what I've seen, there's more to his actions than just this one crime he was convicted of. The thing is, Giannis presented his vile act as a crime of opportunity, something he did completely out of nowhere. However, there's evidence to suggest that Giannis might be a full-blown serial killer. For instance, he was
No! When you see a face of a guy like that, you just kind of have to say, serial killer.
By the police twice before, once for arson and once for animal cruelty, both of which are well-known early behaviors of serial killers. After his arrest, several other women also came forward, testifying that he had tried to run them over with his car as well in the past. So, Suzanne was more than likely not his first victim. However, the most solid evidence against Giannis is in one of the deleted videos he uploaded to YouTube. In it,
let's see. Ooh, we get a deleted video.
You can see him showing some very human-looking bones.
Oh, geez,
bunker Suzanne was discovered in. These bones were never discovered by the authorities, suggesting they might have been removed by Giannis to hide evidence. But what makes this truly disturbing is what his friend says at one point in the same video. This roughly translates into, "Is this where you left that old guy?"
No!
Insinuating that Giannis had disposed of one of his previous victims in the same bunker before. And if that is the case, one can only wonder how many other people Giannis has killed over the years. Simply Manic 6075 was a YouTube channel owned and operated by 24-year-old Samantha Wolford. She lived in the small community of Monticello, Texas with her husband Ernest Lee Ibarra.
Remy! We're repping some Texas action up in here! Monticello, let's fucking go.
AKA Ernie, and their 5 children. She usually made videos about her day-to-day life and other random topics. Her story began in 2008 when she was at the lowest point of her life. She'd recently become the single mother of a pair of twins and had no love interest in her life. That's when she met Ernie at a local tattoo shop, and the two hit it off right from the get-go.
And Rena, this one's going to overturn your logic of the fact that of gender thing, because she is the murderer in this aspect.
eventually getting in a relationship and starting a family together. In one of her videos, Samantha described the day she met Ernie as the happiest
Yes,
day of her
cowboy
life.
hats, Remy.
Together, they were blessed with 3 more children, including 1 more pair of twins. Raising 5 kids was a challenge, but Ernie made it work by taking a second job in pizza delivery.
This is when a guy is good right there. He has 3 children with this girl, and they had a very hard time affording it. But you know what? He took a second job, pizza delivery, and that, when you're doing that, it's not necessarily the most glorious job, but Ernie did it, guys. Ernie made it work. Ernie made it happen. Props to Ernie. I'm guessing Ernie isn't around anymore, but props to you, my friend.
So, while they had endured tough times together, Samantha, Ernie, and their 5 children appeared to be the perfect loving family. However, while being a stay-at-home mother was all she could do at the time, Samantha still had a dream of becoming a famous actress one day.
I've always wanted to be an actress. I think it is so much fun. I've been extras in movies. I've had small parts in like short films. It is so much fun, and it is so beautiful. It is one of the most amazing forms of art ever, to be able to express yourself that way. I think it's amazing.
So, in October 2010, she created her YouTube channel and started posting videos, hoping to become a popular YouTuber and fulfill her dream on the internet instead. And things were going surprisingly okay in the beginning. Samantha would post new videos whenever she had something new to say. And while most of her videos struggled to get past 100 views at the time, the few viewers she had were enough to keep her going. But as time passed on, her passion for making videos turned into an obsession. She started spending more of her time on making videos than her family, putting even more pressure on an already stressed out Ernie. Around 2014, she also started accusing Ernie of hurting her in her videos, hinting at just how bad their relationship was going. By then,
the professional actress is coming through here.
After posting a seemingly random video in March of 2014, Samantha mysteriously vanished from the internet. Maybe she lost interest in YouTube or just wanted to focus on her family again. No one knew exactly why she quit so abruptly. Then, on the 20th of February 2015, viewers finally received the update they were waiting for. Unfortunately, it was far more tragic than anyone could have imagined. It started with the Texas police receiving a call from one of Samantha's aunts asking them...
From what I remember, so I feel like I've seen this case before. And again, this was a couple years ago that I heard about this. Because again, I watch true crime like a crazy person. Not really. I just watch it like a normal person because many people do. But like, I'm pretty sure that she had some other guy come in and kill her boyfriend or whoever the hell it was. And then she acted and like played at this and staged it so that like, yes, that's what it was. I think she had 2 guys come in, and this is crazy, my memory, because this has been years, but I'm pretty sure she had 2 guys come in, tie her up, and act like they were gonna burglarize the home, you know, steal stuff, whatever. And then she set this all up though. So she had this all set up, and they kill her boyfriend, and then they somehow miraculously don't kill her or her children, and the police just got her dead to rights. It's all so obvious. They figure it out so easy. They pull her phone records, blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure that's this.
To save her niece's life.
Cause County 911, what's your emergency? I have a home.
And I would not be surprised if you know it, especially Remy, with you being, you know, living in the same state and everything too. That give you an extra big chance of hearing about it.
Invasion, my niece is tied up. I am at the verge of untying my niece at this particular moment. Okay, she's tied up. She is tied up and gagged. And gagged? Is that what you said? Ma'am. Is there anybody else there? Where are the kids? We have 5 small infants asleep.
Apparently, 3 masked men broke into their home in the middle of the
Sorry,
night
it was
and
3
killed
men.
the couple while they were asleep. The intruders then tied Samantha in her bedroom, and after hitting him with a gun a few times, kidnapped Ernie. Samantha somehow managed to get her ties loose enough to call her aunt, who then contacted the police after arriving at Samantha's home herself. By the time officers arrived, Samantha's aunt had set her free from the restraints. The kids were fortunately safe as well. However, what made this whole situation strange was that the intruders didn't take anything else from their home besides it.
That's really smart, right? You want to play it off like a burglary, but you don't steal anything. And it's amazing how many times this happens in true crime cases. Like, so many people try to stage the burglary, kill whoever they wanted killed, and then don't actually take anything at all. It's insane how often this occurs, and you'd think that they'd be just just a little bit smarter, just a little bit.
Ernie. And from the people who knew him personally, Ernie wasn't the type of guy to make enemies with dangerous people. Put simply, investigators sensed something fishy with the whole situation. But all that paled in comparison to the main objective, which was to save Ernie as soon as possible. Unfortunately, Samantha didn't know anything that could give investigators their first clue. With no other option, the officers took Samantha to the station for further questioning, hoping to extract any useful information they could from her. But what none of them expected was that Samantha would change up her story completely after entering the interrogation room.
That's a good idea too. You change your story completely 5 times. Or even just once. Yeah, that makes you look innocent for sure.
Before she didn't know anything about the assailants, now she had the name of a potential suspect, John Rebel. As Samantha's story goes, she was talking to her friend about Ernie's supposed attacks on Samantha, when suddenly a man with the pseudonym John Rebel overheard their conversation and started talking about how a man shouldn't treat a woman that way and that he was going to handle the situation. Well, as it turned out, the name John Rebel actually belonged to someone, a man named Jonathan Sanford. The police found and arrested John not long after Samantha gave out his name, right alongside his 2 accomplices, Jose Ponce and Octavius Rhymes. Surprisingly, Jonathan put up little to no resistance and immediately confessed to kidnapping Ernie. He also confirmed the worst possible outcome, but
we killed him.
By the time the police got involved, Ernie was already dead. The 3 took him to a secluded forest and executed him with 1 shot to the back of his head. However, even after learning all this, one question remained. Why? Why would 3 men who didn't even know Ernie kidnap him from his home like that? Every answer to this question pointed back to Samantha, who kept it.
I'm just a little bit curious. I'm just a little bit curious as to why. I wonder who orchestrated this.
Denying any involvement. Even if the investigators ignored her suddenly remembering the perpetrator's name, there were several other suspicious aspects to her story. Like, how was she able to untie herself enough to call her aunt? Why didn't any of her neighbors hear the break-in? And why were the kids all sleeping in the same room, when usually they're scattered throughout the house? It wasn't long before investigators uncovered undeniable evidence of her direct involvement. This included instruction messages she sent to Octavius when the officers were trying to call Ernie's phone, which he had on him. These read, "Kill his phone, shut that down, ditch phone, move." There was no doubt about it at this point.
Insane.
Samantha was in colluding with her husband's killers. And as the investigation went on, the real story came out as well. Samantha had apparently become addicted to the idea of becoming a famous YouTuber, and her neglect of the kids became a constant source of fighting between the couple. But instead of resolving the issue like a responsible adult,
just kill your boyfriend. Just kill boyfriend, girlfriend. You're having some arguments, guys. Here's the way not to solve that. Let's not break up. Let's not divorce. Let's not take some time apart. Waste of chromosomes. Let's not do anything. The only solution literally is to literally delete the other person off of the face of the planet. Absolute deletion is the only satisfactory answer to this horrible situation of having some arguments about the kids, especially when it's your fault because you're the one neglecting the kids. Pretty crazy. Oh my God. Mental health, guys. Mental health. Absolute waste of chromosomes indeed, Toddy.
They colluded with her friend's boyfriend to hatch a cartoonishly evil scheme to get rid of Ernie. They first wanted to plant hard drugs in his car.
Cartoonishly evil. It really is, though.
And get him arrested, but later made the heartless decision that taking his life would be much easier.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
also a chance that Samantha went with the murder plan because it would have brought her more attention on YouTube. She was eventually sentenced to 149 years in prison for killing her own husband, leaving her 5 children completely orphaned in the process.
Damn. Piece of shit.
Diana Lovejoy was a successful technical writer living in the town of Carlsbad, California with her husband Greg Mulvihill. However, while her corporate job paid the bills, Diana's true passion was becoming a triathlon athlete and documenting her journey on video.
Exactly. They've she definitely falls under that like narcissistic personality disorder sort of category, I would say. She's got all, she doesn't care about anyone else, only herself. She's focused on uploading her videos. She has other people that she's supposed to be taking care of and giving attention to. She doesn't give a shit. She doesn't care at all. And then she literally doesn't care if her own boyfriend, who she had all those kids with, gets executed. As long as she keeps getting to do whatever she wants to do, she's not in the wrong. Nothing is her fault. Exactly, Jackie. They blame everybody else. They blame everything else. It could not possibly be them whatsoever.
Resulting in her eventually starting her own fitness blog called Lovejoy Fitness and a YouTube channel by the name of Heavy DJ. She started this channel all the way back in 2008 and over the years used it to document various parts of her life. From meeting her parents after a long time to going scuba diving with her husband. At one point, she even tried to become a cooking show host of sorts.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't that smell nice?
Unfortunately, her channel never
Doesn't
really
that
took
smell
off,
nice?
forcing her to eventually cut her losses and move on with her life in March of 2012. Or at least that's what it looked like from the outside. In reality, Diana's reason for abandoning her YouTube channel was kind of wholesome. You see, Diana and Greg had been trying for a baby for years by this point. Tragically, Diana had suffered 8 different miscarriages and was quickly losing hope. But then, in September of 2012, the two were blessed with a perfectly healthy baby boy, marking an end to their struggle.
Yes!
However, what should have been a moment of celebration.
Yes! Yes, 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 yes. They did it, guys. Happy ending of the story. 8 miscarriages, then they had a baby, and they lived happily ever after. Nothing bad came of it. She didn't kill anybody. Of course. Like, nothing bad happened. That's the end of the story right there. Your son's fiance is like that, minus the YouTube status. That's terrible. Toddy says, now it's time for the kill. Yeah, exactly. Just kidding. Not happily ever after.
Started a downward spiral of lies and betrayals, eventually culminating in an assassination attempt. Things started going downhill. Just a few months after the birth of their son, Greg lost his job, leaving Diana as the sole breadwinner. The stress of the previous miscarriages, combined with the crushing weight of having to support a family in an extremely expensive city all on her own, spelled disaster for their marriage.
So kill him. It's the only answer, guys. Yet again, it's the only answer. Kill him. Exactly, Rena. No.
It wasn't long before the two were constantly fighting with each other. Things escalated even further on July 9, 2014, when Greg returned home only to see a police officer waiting for him at the door. The officer explained that Greg wasn't allowed to enter his own home because, as it turned out, Diana had accused him of attacking both her and their son. What followed was a nearly 2-year-long divorce mediation, during which the investigators found no evidence supporting Diana's accusations, allowing Greg to get a 50-50 custody of their son. Diana was also ordered to pay $120,000 as a part of their divorce settlement in late 2015. But before the divorce could be finalized, Greg received a phone call from an anonymous number that changed everything. The voice on the other end claimed to be a private investigator Diana had hired recently. And according to this investigator, he already had solid proof of the attack claims Diana had made against Greg. But for some unknown reason, he wanted to help Greg win the case, so he claimed to have left the documents taped to a power pole located on a...
Okay. So I have not seen this case ever, and I'm just going to say that the private investigator bullshit is definitely from that wife or fiance or whatever, and he's going to go out to this remote location, and miraculously, he's not going to come back. Somehow. What a crazy private investigator that wasn't put up to this by this lady here. Summer, good morning to you. And I actually said this earlier. I can't remember where I said, but it was earlier today. It might have been on the stream or it might have been in the Discord, but I was saying that I noticed that you had followed while we were off stream the other day. So I didn't get to thank you on stream for coming on over to Twitch and giving me a follow over here. But thank you, and it's great to have you here, part of our community over here. And good morning to you. Hope you're doing well.
Small hiking trail near Greg's home. Greg naturally found this whole thing pretty suspicious and decided to take one of his friends with him to the pole on the night of September 4th, 2016.
That's a good idea. He did take a friend. That's at least good.
Sadly, despite his suspicions, he failed to grasp the true intentions of this strangely helpful private detective.
Hello, this is 911.
Yeah. My friend has just been shot.
Do you know who shot him?
There's a guy going down like a sniper.
A sniper? Did you see him at all?
Briefly, we saw the gun, and he shot at us like 6 or 7 times.
When Greg reached the pole, a sniper opened fire on him, shooting him clean through the chest.
A fucking sniper. No. Yeah, Rena, you were right. No is right. She literally hired a sniper for this. My goodness, come on. And he even brought a friend with him. He thought he had his bases covered. He thought he was good, but you can't. But she hired a sniper. She really needed this done.
Fortunately, the bullet missed his heart by mere inches, giving him a second chance at life. By the time the police arrived, the shooter had already fled the crime scene. But a quick survey of the area allowed the investigators to uncover a pair of towels the shooter left behind. Running a DNA test on these towels led to a man named Weldon McDavid, Diana's shooting instructor. Weldon tried to deny any involvement at first, but the evidence against him was overwhelming, as after a thorough search, investigators were able to find another set of the same towels at Diana's place as well. They also
no.
CCTV footage of Diana buying the burner phone Weldon later used to lure Greg into the secluded area.
Oh my
Most
God.
importantly, investigators also found the gun Weldon used on Greg, hidden in the rafters of his garage. By this point, it was clear that Diana was the one who wanted to get rid of Greg, likely to avoid paying the divorce settlement and keep full custody of her son. Diana and Weldon were arrested for the attempted assassination on Greg Mulvihill and tried for their crimes in November 2017. Both were found guilty, with Diana sentenced to 26 years to life and Weldon to a harsher 50 years to life. The only silver lining in this entire case is that Greg was able to make a full recovery and is now living with his son.
That is at least good. And that's very low likelihood. Truly it is. Because if you're hit with a high-powered rifle like that, those bullets are huge. They mushroom massively when they hit their target. They expand out into a super wide bullet, and it just takes everything with it. So he missed his heart by like inches from what they said, and he actually made a full recovery. That's a truly good story right there. A good ending to a bad story. And yes, indeed, with all the very surprised faces, guys, I completely agree. Next.
The Gunnar Runar 87 channel on YouTube seems oddly wholesome at first glance. It's owned by an Icelandic boy named Gunnar Runar Sigthorsson and contains a single 3.5-minute video of him confessing his feelings.
Is that actually his first name? Is that his whole first name? Gunnar Runar? I'm sorry for you, good sir. Maybe this is why he killed everybody that he ends up killing. I haven't seen this case either, but with a name like that, your parents kind of set you up for this. Come on now. Summer says, of course, classes got crazy with midterms, and yes, he's very lucky. Exactly, Summer. Exactly. I totally understand, and I'm just glad that you're here whenever you can be. Always appreciate you. And yes, he was very lucky. Toddy said, I broke my tongue. How'd you do that? How'd you do that? Remy says, did his parents hate him? Literally, that's what I'm saying. His parents had it out for him. His parents wanted him to be a serial killer.
To the girl he loves. The title translates to English as Mike Lance. It's owned by an Icelandic boy named Gunnar Runar Sigthorsson and contains a single 3.5 minute of him confessing his feelings to the girl he loves. The title translates to English as My Confession to Hildur. In it, he says things like,
Hún án efa sérstakasta manneskja sem ég nokkuð tímann hitt. Ég verð svo ótrúlega glaður bara að vera nálægt henni. Það þarf ekki meira. Og þetta ætlað þér.
I'm just going to say right now, yeah, I got you, Toddy. Right after you said that, I realized. I just want to make a observation. The fact that he has camo bedspread, he's literally got a camo comforter on his bed. I can already see what's happening next here. You can already tell what is about to happen just by the fact that he's got a camo bedspread. Okay. It takes a very special person to have a camo bedspread. Plus the haircut. Indeed, Summer. Indeed.
However, this seemingly heartfelt love letter turned out to be the key to solving one of the most horrific crimes in recent Icelandic history. And it all led back to Gunnar and the troubled life he had as a child. You see, Gunnar didn't have a mother growing up, resulting in him getting extremely close with his father. However, on the night of September 20th, 1996, when Gunnar was just 9 years old, his father decided to end it all using a gun. What made this already messed up situation even worse was the fact that Gunnar was in the room with his father and witnessed everything. Unsurprisingly, this took a heavy toll on Gunnar's mental health.
I don't understand how people can say he didn't have a mother. I'm pretty sure that's what this narrator just said. He didn't have a mother. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Guaranteed he was not born of a test tube, okay? So he obviously has a mother. You could have also said he doesn't have a father, because he obviously doesn't have a father because his father deleted himself off of the face of the planet, which is absolutely going to affect a kid, for sure. So, understandable there. But, like, what is the deal with his mom? When you say he doesn't have a mom, that's incorrect. So what actually happened to his mom? You told us what happened to his dad just fine. It must just be a lack of... the narrator, whoever's doing the research on this, just must not know the situation with the mother. That'd be my guess.
He withdrew from the world and refused to accept his father's death as reality. Everything seemed hopeless for Gunnar. That is, until primary school, when he met a girl named Hildur and instantly became infatuated with her. He'd admired her throughout school and into adulthood, but never found the courage to make a move.
And also, like, is he just living on his own? That would explain the camo bedspread. What is going on here? Is he doesn't have a mom, he doesn't have a dad. What's his living situation? Like, I need to know this stuff. I need to know this stuff. How does it work? And you know what I mean? Like, what age did his dad go away, die? Was he 18 at that point? And then how does the country work? Do they just then, like, if you lose your parents before you're the age of 18, they just pay, they assist you with getting your own place, and then you get to just be in your own little world and never communicate with anybody? Or is it that he got moved in with his aunt, and like this all matters. This all adds up here. So I am very curious, and obviously they're just trying to make quick work of this story here.
Fearing he'd lose his only close friend. However, things changed in 2009 when Hildur got engaged to a man named Hannes.
No! Hannes! See, the reason why she got engaged to Hannes over Gunnar is because his name wasn't Gunnar. And that's literally why. Okay. Like, he was set up for failure with Hildur there because... how can you marry somebody named Gunnar Runar? It's probably not going to happen if she's got options. And because she has options, she's going to go with Hannes over here. The Icelandic Fabio.
This gave Gunnar the push to do something about his feelings. But given his shy personality, he still couldn't confront Hildur directly. So, in March of 2009, he created a YouTube channel and uploaded his confession on there. Hildur never reciprocated his feelings, but the two remained friends. Even Hannes, Hildur's now husband, didn't seem to mind Gunnar's company. Something he likely regretted deeply just a year later.
Yeah, probably.
On the 14th of August 2010, Hildur was invited to a party that Gunnar was attending as well. But things got a bit out of hand, and Hildur ended up drinking too much and passing out. Given their closeness, the task of getting her home safely was handed to Gunnar. But instead of dropping her off at Hannes' house like he should have, Gunnar took her to his own home. By the time Hildur woke up, it was already morning. She was understandably furious with Gunnar and immediately called one of her friends to drive her home. But nothing could have prepared Hildur for the horrific scene she witnessed on the other side of her front door.
No. He didn't kill Hildur, he killed Hannes.
Husband Hannes was lying on the top of the staircase near their bedroom, submerged in a pool of his own blood. She ran outside and called the authorities. Sadly, it was already too late. Hannes had received over 20 stab wounds on his body, from his arms and legs to the...
Yeah, fuckity fuck, Toddy. That was a twist. That was a twist and a half. Totally thought he was going for Hildur, but then they... sideswiped me there.
Back of his neck, and was long dead by the time Hildur found him. Given his condition, his death was ruled a homicide, and investigators wasted no time in looking for the killer. And while they initially suspected one of his business rivals of committing this horrific crime, it didn't take long for investigators to find Gunnar's video confession to Hildur and bring him in for questioning. Gunnar denied knowing...
Yeah, that's one of the strongest motives for murder. One of the strongest motives of murder is passion. Unfortunately. Us humans, guys, we are very much ruled by our emotions, and it is inevitable. There's nothing we can do about it. And all it takes is for you to have a terrible, fucked up life like this Gunnar Runar, and then you also have to be named something terrible like Gunnar Runar. And then all those perfect things just culminate into a point where if you're fucked over by the girl of your dreams or the guy of your dreams, and you have Gunnar Runar's brain, if you had his brain, if you had all his life experiences that put you up to that point, and you had his name, you would have done the same thing. You would have been that fucked up, and you would have done it. Craziness.
Anything about it, and was eventually let go due to lack of evidence. Fortunately, not all hope was lost, because not long after that, investigators found a bloody shoe print next to Hannes' bed.
Oh.
Looking deeper into this print...
That's another thing that killers don't think about, is you're supposed to put tape on the bottom of your shoes. If you're actually going to try and make something look like a burglary, you need to steal things. You actually need to take things and steal things. Number 2, you need to put fucking tape on your shoes because they're immediately going to identify you by the soles of your shoes. They're going to know exactly what tread you have, what you're walking around in. You're making it so obvious. You got to wear gloves. You got, you know, like all this different stuff. And I just don't understand how people don't understand this. But maybe Gunnar Runar was just in his... Maybe this wasn't in the moment thing, you know, like maybe this was just him reacting randomly. Because if he had planned this, this was very bad planning. And again, I just know these things because I love true crime. I really do. I know a lot of you guys do too, which is good because I like watching it and talking about it. And I see how all these people are caught. So I just know, oh, yep, he was caught this way, so you probably should do this to mitigate that circumstance. Oh, he was caught this way. You know, like, it's easy. But I don't think Gunnar Runar watched enough true crime, and he probably also did this in the moment and didn't actually do it as a premeditated thing. That's my guess, but we'll probably not hear about it because this narrator's rushing through.
That it belonged to a pair of limited edition Adidas shoes. At the time...
And they're fucking limited edition. There were
only 18 of these specific shoes in all of Iceland. And Gunnar just so happened to own one of these pairs.
That's so
this was
bad.
Evidence to detain him once again. This also gave investigators the authority to do a thorough search of his belongings, resulting in them finding residue of Hannes' blood on his shoes, as well as in his car. Once presented with this evidence, Gunnar confessed to the murder. He also revealed that he'd been planning it for months, and even shot...
Okay. He's been planning it for months. Oh. I really gave Gunnar Runar the benefit of the doubt here. I really gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said he must have done this in the moment without any planning, absolutely non-premeditated. But he'd been planning it for months. And he didn't think to tape his shoes. He didn't think to clean the shoes. He's got blood all over the fucking bottom of the shoes. Oh my God. Gunnar. More like goon. He's a fucking goon. Just take the R off of it. He's a fucking goon. What a dumbass, dude. Come on. If you're going to do it right. Jackie says very sloppy planning. Indeed. Summer says, you did. Exactly. I did.
Lifted the items he intended to use to avoid purchase records linking back to him. And while he didn't admit to it, Hildur also suspected him of spiking her drink that night, since she usually never passed out like that. After committing the crime,
that would make sense.
To a nearby pier and dumped items used in the crime into the sea to get rid of any evidence. It was a well thought out plan, since he was only caught because the garbage bag he used to hide his shoe prints tore open as he walked. As for
Okay. So he did do the shoe thing. He did it. But he didn't tape them. He used a garbage bag. He should have used fucking duct tape. That's what you're supposed to use. But he didn't use duct tape. He used a garbage bag, which are super thin, and they're going to get tore up. God damn it, Gunnar. So he did think of it. He just fucked up.
His motive, it was just as everyone had expected, with him making it clear during the investigation, stating, "I loved Hilda. She was supposed to be with me. She was not supposed to be with him." Surprisingly, he was found not guilty during his first trial on March 1,
Excuse me? Excuse me? Limited edition shoe, only 18 in Iceland. He's literally the best friend who admitted on YouTube that he's in love with this girl. This is her husband. The justice system especially in, I am sorry, I'm sad to say it, but the justice system in Norse countries is very, very lenient. Very lenient. It is wild how lenient it is and can be. And so it is just quite something. It almost doesn't surprise me because it's in Iceland. But it still surprises me. Yeah, 18, you're an adult in the US as well. It's just the fact that the jury, do they even have jury trials in Iceland? Like, or is this just a judge being like, okay, I've looked at the evidence and this is what I think? Because, you know, here it's a jury trial, and a lot of places it's a jury trial. I don't know about Iceland. All I know is that in most Norse countries, Scandinavian countries, when you go to jail, it's like basically going away to a somewhat... Actually, no. It's actually like going away to a fairly nice hotel. It's really quite nice. And in a lot of cases, you can leave. You can watch TV. You can have a phone. You can leave at scheduled times in the day. Your sentence for killing someone isn't really that long. It's like all the sentences for all the crimes are like really, really small. And the whole sort of idea behind it is that they believe really strongly and really truly in rehabilitation. And like there's something to that. It's just, you know, we are so used to, in most of the world, we are very used to a lot harsher shit. And so it's very interesting to see how it goes. Very interesting. And thank you for letting us know, Summer.
2011 by reason of insanity stemming from his messed up childhood.
Okay, so it was fucking insanity. I should have just played it another 2 seconds longer. So he was found not guilty because he was insane. So he wasn't in the capacity to actually be found guilty for it. So they'll probably just sentence him to like psychiatric care or something. But even still, I don't see how he's insane here, at least based on what I've seen. But again, this is not a deep dive hour-long or 2-hour-long thing into this case. We are missing pieces of this puzzle. I'm getting way too invested in this. Let's just play.
However, the prosecution argued that he was fully aware of his actions and escalated the case to the Supreme Court of Iceland. Gunnar was found guilty on his second trial and was sentenced to 16 years in prison. This was
16 years! Look at that, guys. What did I tell you? You get 16 years for killing somebody. That's it. That's basically it. That's how it works. That is exactly what I said. In the Scandinavian countries, not only is going to jail nicer than most people's homes half the time, but it's also very lenient in terms of how long you actually have to be in jail for. It's wild. It really is something else over there.
Lenient given the brutality of his crime, yet he ended up serving only half of that sentence as well. He was released.
Half. He got released after 8 years.
Under supervision in July 2019, and now works at a local warehouse.
Nice. He probably didn't even have good behavior. The other thing is you don't really have to have good behavior because all you do is just like chill in a fucking hotel and you get to walk freely around. Freely walk around these places. It's wild. It's wild. It's absolutely crazy. That was a good one. Thank you, Chilling Scares, for another good video for us. Oh, woo-wee. Yeah, that girl better take off right now. It is so necessary. It is so necessary. Yeah, for some reason my phone didn't want to connect up to my computer tonight. So I've been riding with the laptop camera, which isn't that bad when it's in a small little picture, but when we blow up something that only does 720p in a 1080p window, like I'm talking to you guys in, it does look like shit. It's not great. I'm sorry. As I said, soon enough, the continuous, like, actual just wall plug-in for my camera will be soon. It will be all good. It will be all good. And we'll get it fixed. Rena has redeemed ASMR. All right. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. I'm going to make sure I finish my thought. Yes, the camera charger will come soon, and then we won't ever have to have my fucking camera die again, and I won't have to worry about my phone connecting up and all that bullshit. Anyways. So here we are. We're doing some ASMR yet again. That was a good redemption, Rena. Good job. Very proud of you for that. Anyways, we're getting close to the end of the stream here. We're getting very close. Thank you for the melting faces, Rena. Love that. And, yeah, soon enough, the stream will end. And, that's a good thing. Because I want to start the stream earlier tomorrow for you guys. I want to be sure. I want to be absolutely sure that more of you guys are able to be here. And that's important. That's important. I also don't want to sleep all day either, so you know how that goes. That's important. Thank you for all the great melting faces. I'm glad you like the ASMR. I'm glad. I mean, that was literally a community recommendation. And you guys know best, right? You guys know best what you like. You guys know best what you want. So, this is a perfect example of that in action. Precisely. Dottie, thank you for the purple hearts. Rena, thank you for the love, and my face. Remy, thank you for the black hearts as well. I dropped my hair tie on the ground. Thank you for all the love, Jackie. And thank you for all of the support with the bits tonight, Jackie. That was absolutely amazing and incredible of you. And as always, I appreciate you very much for that. Alright. What is this? What does this do? That's probably not going to even work because I'm trying to see what the clip that thing is. It's not doing anything. Okay, so it's just not going to do anything. That's fine. I know that you guys, for you guys in your viewer, like when you watch Twitch and you're watching me, there's a little like movie clapper thing. And you can tap that to clip a certain part that you like right out of the stream, and that will show up on my channel in my clips. And when you do that, it's pretty cool. You can also download them for yourselves. But that is a feature that I'm not sure if you guys are aware of, but it is there. So it's built right into the whole thing. And when you do it through that medium, it basically puts it right on my profile as well, which is cool. And you get to title it whatever you want and everything. Oh, good, Jackie. I'm glad you tried to play around with it today. Good, I'm glad you're learning. I'm glad you're trying to learn some of the other features and stuff. That's great. Very glad to hear that. Very, very glad about it. Alright. I think we will actually be able to do a very special outro to the stream tonight, because I'm doing the ASMR. And I will say goodbye to you guys in ASMR fashion. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. Dottie, are you just still tired? Is that what this is? Are you just randomly yelling again? You're welcome. Thank you for the melting faces again, Jackie. Thank you, Remy. Good night to you as well. So yes, thank you for the hee faces, Rena. You're not weird. You're doing just fine. You're great. Alright, that's it, folks. Thank you for the love emotes as well, Dottie. Alright, so I love you all. I will see you all tomorrow in the next stream. Good night, my family. And as always, the recap of this stream in its entirety will be up on my Twitch right after the stream. And tomorrow I will upload it to YouTube, as promised. Summer, good night to you as well. Thank you for being here. I love you all very much. You are all amazing. Thank you for being here with me tonight, and I will see you tomorrow. Much love to all of you.